We got a problem, Houston. Cost of colleges. I mean, imagine the aliens coming down to Earth now. They'd be like, what? What? You go to some beautiful country club kind of looking place, and you go to these things called classrooms, and you spend that much money to get a degree. How much? Well, New York Times says now Vanderbilt has topped $100,000 a year for total expenses for this fall's freshman class. $100,000, and they're not alone. A lot of these schools cost that much, and at Vanderbilt, you know, a lot of people get financial aid and all that. Roughly 2,000 students are actually going to pay over $100,000 to attend for a year. Average private college now, including all the stuff, somewhere around $55,000. State school average about $25,000. This is bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. And how does this happen? How did we end up with college costs escalating so much? You know, I think about something I've shared with you before, that I went to a private college, and when my dad lost his job and I became a night student, I didn't change schools. I stayed there because the tuition was such that I could work full time at a job I could get as a teenager and earn enough to pay my college tuition. Today, there's no chance, unless I was a hip hop star or a sports star or was engaged in some kind of illegal activity. There's no way a college student could earn enough to pay the cost of college at a private or pretty much a public college. And the problem to me is clear as what you would learn if you stayed awake in a freshman economics class at one of those colleges. The problem is the lack of market discipline because of unlimited student loan availability. I mean, we got all these arguments going on about president wanting to forgive these loans and forgive those, and how many votes is that going to get him in November and all that stuff. I mean, really, the problem goes back to the base, the source. Why are we as taxpayers funding these college campuses with an unlimited amount of money with no controls on it at all? I can go borrow as much money as I want to go to college. So let's think about it. So you do that. What do you do to a college? You make it like a monopoly power company. Oh, well, we ran up extra expenses, so we're just going to charge more money. And people in that state have no choice. They're just going to pay it. College campuses have become that because no matter what it costs, net of whatever mumbo jumbo they do with aid packages, all the rest can just be borrowed, and there's no incentive, none in the marketplace for a college to control costs. This is the problem. We thought as a society we were doing a good thing by making it possible for people to borrow to go to college without recognizing what the economic consequences are in the marketplace when you do that. Because if colleges were having to figure out how to make a go of it without this huge, huge fuel of student loan money coming into the system, they would run different kinds of operations. You know, I know going around with my kids to tour colleges, both state colleges and private, the tours are a riot because you go around and they're showing you the workout facilities, which are fancier at many of these campuses than any expensive private club you could join in the most expensive white-collar cities in America. And having these fancy recreation centers and pools and tennis facilities. Some of them have golf courses now. I mean, come on. There's this amenities war with the dorms and all that. This is just crazy. So if I was coming out now and my dad was unemployed, and when I came up, moms didn't really work, so it was a single income household. What would I do today? What I'd do today is I would be in community college, or I'd be in a commuter school or something like that, and have something much more affordable. And I know that it's really cool and all to have the greatest fitness center in the history of the universe at your college. But somebody's paying for that. And guess who it ultimately is? It's you and the taxpayers. So if we want to get these college costs under control, we have to heavily curtail, in fact, eliminate most federal subsidized student loans, period. Now, if you don't like anything I just said, remember on Friday, we have Clark Stinks. And you can do your post on Clark Stinks and let me know where I'm missing part of the bigger picture. But why do you think so many American families are turning against college? Because they're trying to figure out where's the benefit of all this cost? And it's a good question. Because I was seeing in this article that the Times did about Vanderbilt that people get a liberal arts degree. Oh my goodness. The income they can earn is a tiny fraction of what the 4 years would cost at over $400,000. I mean, if somebody gets an engineering degree, they're going to be okay. They get computer science, they're going to be okay. But you get liberal arts. It's a crazy, crazy math puzzle. It's not very good.